So I don't like endings. I'm never good at endings. I pretty much pretend that they're not happening. I assume that everyone's coming back in August. And then if you don't, then
When is the last class, Jennifer?
today is the last class.
Oh, I didn't
I
see that
know.
coming.
Well, that's why I'm saying is like we just pretend that it's not happening. We're just pretending we're going on summer vacation. So we're going to be on summer vacation, and we're going to come back together August 12th. So Miss Stella, if you're interested in continuing class, then you'll either let me or Miss Sam or Samantha know. I don't know what y'all call her, Sam or Samantha. And we'll get you the Zoom link again, and it'll be a different one for in August. Same thing, Mr. Rogers. If you want to come back, we'll get, because obviously you don't come through on a Claris. Oh, look how smart I was. I figured that out all by myself. The fact that your thing said iPhone 13 told me that you don't come through on a Claris tablet. So, however, but August the 12th is the day that we will resume and start all over from the beginning. So, Miss Stella, I'm sorry that you've had some issues getting in. I don't know how to solve the problems of computers, but
I think it's me. I think it's me, honey.
it's okay.
It's me.
I would blame me too because I'm just like just clicking different things, like see what happens if. But remember that y'all have access to the YouTube page so that you can review the movements if you need to. They're in a playlist called under Tai Chi, and each one is a different movement. There's a video for all the different things. I hope to work on adding more. I've got to stop squeezing everything into my schedule so I can have time to do that. But you do have the review of our classes. And so I told y'all last week to come here today if there was any specific questions you have about our Tai Chi Part 1, Basic 6 or Advanced 6 that you want to go over. And we would do that. Excuse me. But we want to get a good grasp at least on the Basic 6, familiarity with the Advanced 6, but I'd love for you to go away from the 16 weeks feeling really good about Basic 6. And we know that no matter what we do, whether it be our warm-ups or any of the moves, we do those moves with principle. And the principles that we use guide us in movement outside of Tai Chi class. So to review our principles as we walk around open and closing our hands for warm-up, we have movement control. And that under movement control is that we move slow, smooth, and continuous. Slow is a great start. Through learning and practice, we get more smooth and more continuous. So that doesn't always happen in the beginning, but we can go slow from the very beginning. The other movement control principle is gentle resistance, and that is moving as if the air were heavy. It's gentle. We're not in a real fight. We're not going at it. It's gentle resistance, like you're moving through water or heavy air. Then we have body structure principles. Upright posture. So it's as if a string we're pulling up and down. We're standing upright. Relax shoulders. So we're in a no tension zone in Tai Chi. Know that anytime we lean forward, we're going towards falling. The other body structure principle is weight transfer. And so throughout our movements, we transfer weight. One key to weight transfer is that when we place a foot, we don't immediately give it weight. That's called an empty step. Then we transfer the weight. And so that allows one leg to hold our weight longer as we move slowly, placing that foot in an empty step, and then transferring the weight. By holding weight on one leg, our muscles get stronger, and when our muscles are stronger, we're less likely to fall. And then finally are the internal components principles. One is song or open joints, and that's where we don't lock our joints and we open them up in a way that allows energy to flow. The other internal is Jing, Jing, and that is mental quietness. So you get in that zone of Tai Chi and you're just all in the moment. You feel the relaxation through the movement that is slow, smooth, and continuous. So some principles are easier to grasp and experience than others, and some of it kind of works progressively. You know, you get good at slow, smooth, continuous, and then that mental quietness follows. Whenever you're first learning, there's a lot of mental noise because you're thinking about, how do I do this? What's next? What are the pieces and parts? Am I breathing? Am I empty stepping? You know, you're thinking about the principles. The more you practice, the more you naturally do them. So but these are our principles, and that's what we use when we do our movements to get the benefits. So let's start with our warm-up stretches, beginning with body structure, being in that upright posture in our stable stance where our feet are shoulder width apart, slight bend in our knees, upright posture, relaxed shoulders. We're breathing. That's not listed in our principles, but diaphragmatic breathing is a huge part of our Tai Chi experience. So let's begin with our neck, bringing our hands up, turn, pull towards us, turn, push away, and follow those hands all the way down, chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale at your own pace. Other neck exercise. Side to side. You don't go as far as you can go. Just go until you feel that slight stretch. Come back to the front. Sometimes I get a little lost on this one because it just feels so good to stretch that neck. Let's roll our shoulders forward, small circles, and then roll our shoulders back. Don't forget to check in with yourself. Make sure you're breathing. It's easy to hold your breath when you get busy. You're in the middle of doing something, especially something unfamiliar. This is our second one for our shoulders. For our spine, grab our ball, push one hand in the air and the other down, keeping that bend in our arm, not completely straightening them. And if this is difficult for you for the sake of your shoulder mobility, you can stay small and pull here, and you can stretch that spine. So don't feel like you have to push through any type of pain. Matter of fact, never push through pain. You may push through a little discomfort, but you always want to listen to your body. And if your body says, then that's a good sign to find an alternative. Tell me y'all's body don't say that sometimes. All right. Go side to side. Oh. This is that wonderful spinal warm-up that prepares us for our waving hands and clouds movement. Now for our hips, this is when it gets complicated because we're shifting weight for the first time to one leg, placing one heel out, hands back, pause in the middle, toe back, hands forward. If you need to have a chair nearby to hold on to or something stable to rely on, because this is a lot to ask, that one leg to hold your body while you move that other. And the more you do it, the stronger your muscles will become. So even if it's difficult the first time you do it, keep practicing, even with the comfort of holding onto a chair, skipping your arm movements, utilizing those muscles will help get them stronger. And that's what we're trying to go for here, is strong muscles that support our bodies so we're less likely to fall. That's just one benefit of Tai Chi. But as we get older, we lose the muscle mass and muscle strength for different reasons. And so falls risk increase as we get older. This one's for our hips. Again, always make those modifications that your body needs. For our knees, more weight shifting. So we shift weight, lift, tap and punch, bring it back, side by side. Excuse me, I got spit. So there's a cross-lateral movement here where you're punching out this arm opposite of the leg that taps out. And that's good for your brain. So now let's step forward, shift forward, both heels on the ground, punch that opposite hand, come side to side. Shift, step, shift and punch, bring it back, side by side. Now for our ankles. Shift weight and heel toe rock of that foot. Bring it back, shift the weight and heel toe. Bring it back, shift weight and little toe, big toe. Sometimes our ankles get stiff, and this type of movement is good for reducing tension and stiffness in those ankles, which helps improve mobility and flexibility. And when we have mobile and flexible joints, they can help prevent us from falling as well. So that and connection with stronger muscles. Give yourself a shake. All right, so that's our warm-ups for all of our major body, our major joints. Our neck, shoulders, spine, hips, knees, and ankles. Any questions or need any clarifications on those? Because as we go through class, we kind of quit talking so much about the warm-ups and do them. So I just want to make sure on our last day, week 16, that we feel good about our warm-ups. All right. Well, if y'all think of something later, y'all know that even though today's our last class, you still have a connection to me. You can message me, email me, whatever you want to call it, and just whatever questions you have. And if we need to schedule a time to come on Zoom, we can, or we can just talk on the phone. So y'all have access to me. Just because we are done with class doesn't mean you can't contact me. So always know you feel free to contact me. All right, so basic 6. I'm going to turn around. No, I better do it facing forward, mirror image. Then I'll turn around. That way you can for sure see the front. I'll do it mirror image. So when I say right, this is my right. And when I say left, this is my left. So that's mirror image. All right, we start in our stable stance. Weight on both legs. We're going to commence where our hands come up. Down, shift right. Place the left foot out. Hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Bring that right foot forward and our hands come back for open and close. So that's our first 2 moves. Commencement and open and close. Then we have single whip. To the right first, where we shift left, we step out right and we adjust our weight to where we have weight on both legs. Now the position we're putting ourselves into is a staggered stance, which is a very stable stance where our feet, one foot is further up than the other. When we adjust the weight, so you know we empty step, then we adjust the weight. When we adjust that weight and give weight to that front foot, in this case our right foot, we push our hands out, turn our palms away, and then separate both hands, but our head and eyes follow the left hand or the hand opposite of the foot that steps out. We do single whip both ways, and this is the first way. To the right, so we're coming from open and close. We shift left, we step right, adjust, turn, and separate. Okay? Waving hands in clouds. This is not our waving hands in clouds. That's my Friday class. I hadn't taken down my poster. So let me reveal our waving hands in clouds. Also, I'm going to have to make myself a new sticky. This one keeps falling. But I always have this in front of me. So I've encouraged y'all plenty of times to have your own cheat sheet that have our words of step, switch, turn, shift. So that's our waving hands in clouds. We're coming from here, the end of single whip, where we bring our right foot, right hand back. Now we begin step, switch, turn, shift, 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 step, switch, turn. Now we come to the middle for open and close. So in our waving hands in clouds movement, we have 6 steps or 6 turns. However you want to count it. I like to count the turns, but there are 6 of them. All right, so now we have single whip to the left. So we're coming here. We just finished our waving hands in clouds. We did open and close. Now we're single whip to the left. We shift right. We step out left, adjust, turn, separate. Eyes follow our right hand. Shift right. Bring that left foot, left hand back. Waving hands in clouds. Step, switch, turn, shift, 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 step, switch, turn, and to the middle for open and close, because remember we do 6. So those are our basic 6. Any questions about those movements? All right, I'm going to turn around. We're going to practice them. Remember, we start with our stable stance. We're going to go to the right to do our waving hands in clouds, and then to the left. Ready? And commence. Single whip. All right, I'm going to turn on our music and we're going to do our basic 6 to the music, which helps us have a pace. It's always surprising to me just how slow our Tai Chi is. All right. My phone did an update this morning and now everything is in a different spot. So let me, what do you mean activate one-step login across all of your Samsung devices? I only have one. Can I just say dismiss? Good Lord. Did I tell y'all I love technology? I just want to play a song. It shouldn't be that hard. All right, here we go. There it is. Surprisingly, that was a little too fast. I don't know how, but it was. So let's try it again. And commence.
I'm moving.
Is it feeling better each time? That's what we're going for. Even that, it's still a little bit fast.
Right.
What you think?
I don't seem slow.
It seems so slow, but I know where I'm supposed to be when the music where the music is and when I get done with the part one. And so it's a little bit fast. So let's try it one more time, and then we're going to go over our advanced 6. All right, here we go. Starting all over. And commence. Da-da-da. That's when we should stop with part 1 or basic 6, and then that part, that's the beginning of the advanced movements, right? So when you practice enough with the music, you get an idea of those places you're supposed to be with the movement. What I want to say about that is, don't stress about that. Don't worry about it. You let me worry about it. You let me stress about it. But y'all don't stress about it. It's the pace of this music, hearing this music naturally slows you down. You know, if I were to do, just to prove a point, let me see if I can find something that's appropriate. Dear Lord. I'm always scared to touch something because I don't know what is. They don't call cuss words like they used to. They'll be putting cuss words in clean versions of songs. All right. Let's just take this one for example. If we were to put this music on and do Tai Chi, can y'all hear it? We would be like, it'd be kind of hard to slow down, right? We'd suddenly find ourselves really like getting into it. So music is everything, right? Music really guides us. That's why my playlist is called Feel Good. And it's called Rainbow by G Love and Special Sauce. Alright, so are we good with part 1? I meant basic 6. It's part 1, which includes basic 6 and advanced 6. That's the place I would love for you to be on day 16 of class. Is to be able to really fall into these movements and being in that Jing moment of mental quietness, you know, to be able to be slow, smooth, and continuous, knowing those movements very well. basic 6. And if you forever and always only do your warm-ups and basic 6, you will forever and always get the benefits of Tai Chi. As long as you're following principle, even if you only did the warm-ups, you would get benefits from Tai Chi. So we challenge ourselves by pushing ourselves to learn advanced 6, and then some people push it even farther and learn part 2, which is a whole different thing. That's not in this class. So our advanced 6, we have touched on quite a bit. I think it's probably easiest if I turn around, because when we turn around for our basic 6, yes, you can follow me as if you're doing what I do. So this is my right, that is your right. Whereas if I turn and do a mirror image, it may be confusing, because this is my mirror image right, but this is my actual right. So in our advanced 6, we're going from facing what I call the front to facing the left. So that's why mirror image is thrown off anyway, because we're not even facing each other. We're going from facing the front to facing the left. We do all of our things. We come back to the front, and then we go to the right and do all those same things. Come back to the front, open and close, and we close it out. So that is the direction of our movement in advanced 6. Front to left, back to front, to right, back to front. Okay. So in our basic 6, we're facing the front, and we face front the whole time, but in basic 6, we did our thing to the right first, the single whip and the waving hands and clouds. Then we came back to center, then we did that to the left. So in our advanced 6, we go to the left first. Basic 6, we go to the right. Advanced 6, we go to the left. All right, so our first movement is brush knee. And this is the one that takes us from facing the front to facing the left. So how do we do it? Our hands are facing each other because we just came from open and close. So we're going to shift left, turn that right toe in. That's our arrow foot. We're going that way. When we shift weight to that right foot, that's when we lay that right hand out. So we lay our right hand out, and our left hand comes over the top of our elbow. So like that. Okay? So shift left, right toe in, shift right and reach. Now we're going to bring that left foot, left hand back. We're ready to step. Step left, bring that right hand in, turn that palm. Now shift left as I push that hand. Notice my body is staying upright. I'm not leaning into the movement. And follow step right. So that's brush knee. Again, brush knee. Shift left, right toe in. Shift right and reach. Separate, prepare. Step left, hand comes in, turn. Shift left as I push, and follow step right. Brush knee. One more time. Trying to make it choppy. See all the pieces and parts. Brush knee. After brush knee is play the loop. So to show you from the front, my hands are here. I'm going to turn my hands, and then they're going to pass each other, and I'm going to stop when I get to that elbow. So I'm here, I turn, boom. That's play the lute. What do my feet do? Here's the end of brush knee. I step back right, turn my hands, shift right as they pass, and when I get to that elbow, I follow step left. Now notice I basically just picked up that foot and put it almost right back down. Almost a half step. I think that's the challenging part of our advanced six, is getting outside of what we think a step is and not trying to step, but to half step by lifting and stepping. Shift, lifting, and stepping. Our legs have to stay fairly close together in order to completely shift weight to a leg and be able to lift that other leg up to move it just that little bit. If our legs are far apart from each other, if we try to shift our weight to that back leg, that's really impossible to do without just bending and kicking off. And that's not what we're doing in Tai Chi. So keep those feet closer together. It's nice to be able to see yourself in a mirror or a video or a picture to where you have some separation. Because you may think your feet look like this and they actually look like this. Sometimes our brains lie to us. So every now and again, check yourself and see where your foot placement is. And I love mirrors for that and videos for that. All right, so here's the end of brush knee. We have play the loop, step back, turn hands, shift as they pass, and follow step left. Parry punch. We step left, flip our hands. Now they're going to pass again, just like in play the lute. Shift. When I get to the elbow, I flip and step. Shift. Step. My left hand becomes my guard. My right hand goes to my front pocket and picks a bouquet of flowers. Now I shift left and I deliver those flowers and follow step right. Now I know I just picked up that foot and put it right back down where it was. So from the front, what does that look like? Here, brush knee. Here, play the lute. Here, parry punch. Step flip. Shift parry. Step flip. Shift parry. Step guard. There's our flowers. Shift and I deliver them. Follow step. Block and close. Separate hands, step back. Shift as those hands come down to my hips. Push the tiger, step. Push, see my hands extend, my body stays upright. I don't lean, and then I go back to the front for open and close. So those are our advanced movements. Here, boom. Block and close. This is the end of parry and punch. Block and close. Step back, separate, shift, follow step. Push the tiger, step, shift as I push, follow step to the front. Step. Hands face, open, and close. So that is our advanced movements to the left. We do all of them to the right, but let's go over it on the left again. Again, they're called advanced movements for a reason. They're advanced, right? So this is why I really encourage you to just really get good at the basic six and gradually work towards the advanced six. Don't overwhelm yourself. There's plenty of growth to happen in basic six to not really push yourself to get all of it and be comfortable with all of it. It's a journey right? We're not, I know it's like sort of cheesy to be like, life is a journey, not a destination. But it's true. Tai Chi is a journey. So every day experience where you're at with it then and grow and get better at it. And so we're not trying to get to a final point. Heck, I'm still getting better and changing with my own Tai Chi, and I've been doing it for years. Advance 6 to the left, coming from open and close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Front pocket flowers. Block and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger to the front. Open, close. Advance 6 again, both sides. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. Any questions about our Advance 6? I know it's a matter of practice. Let me go back to our Tai Chi music. And we will practice Advance 6 and Basic 6 together. Then we'll cool down. Here we go. And begin. Rush knee. Play the loop. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Rush knee. Play the lute. Carry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. There you go. That's our whole part 1. So that's our goal. Let's give ourselves a nice fist massage, thanking our legs for working so hard. They really do. As we practice weight transfer, this makes our legs tired. It makes our muscles sore from relying on those muscles to hold our weight one leg at a time. So thank you to our legs. Now let's gather tension, reminding ourselves that tension causes pain and we don't want pain. And then let's let it go. Feels so much better. Gather tension and release it. Gather and release. One more. Gather and release. Big shoulder circle. Great one for practicing breath. Then we take our right fist, that represents our strength. Our left fingers together is our friendship. Our left thumb in, our humility. We put those together in mutual respect. We say namaste. So there we go, y'all. Y'all don't be getting your tissues now and start crying. There's no crying in Tai Chi. No, I hate for things to come to an end, but we will end this session and we will begin again in August, going back through of all the pieces and parts and practicing. So y'all let me know what I can do for you between now and then, okay? So
Jennifer, I say thank you very much for your encouragement.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Mr. Rogers. It really is. I enjoy it. I love sharing Tai Chi, and I love knowing that I can potentially make a difference in people's lives. That feels good.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, I will see y'all next time, right?
Enjoy your summer.
You too. Love y'all.
Love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
In a couple of days.
Yes, ma'am. Friday's our last Friday class. Yes, ma'am.
Now, what was the
Sir?
What was the beginning in August?
August the 12th.
Well, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all.
Love you too, Jen.
Bye. Bye.